Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Tutor Janelle. Welcome to PSLE Mathematics Hub. Have you ever wondered how do students solve some of the 4-5 marks questions that happen to appear in the SA2 for P5 top school paper and also in the PSLE 4 and 5 marks question? How do they solve them in 5 minutes or under 5 minutes? And let us just go through another challenging questions today. I hope this will help you all to have a new insight on how to solve mathematics questions that are really difficult. Let us move into the question. Thank you. This is 2020 paper from one of the top school exam paper. So this is question 17. Let's take a look at the pattern question. The question here actually gave us a few figures. So we have figure 1, given that there's 13 here, figure 2, 18, and then it's also given that figure 3 we have 21, and figure 4 we have 26. So the first thing when you actually see figures like this, we have to actually start to see what is the pattern between all of this. So I can see that this one is actually plus 5 for the first one, the next one is plus 3, and then the next one is plus 5 again. So the previous time that I actually uploaded a pattern question, it is on constant difference. When constant difference, it means that it's plus 5, plus 5, plus 5 for each of the different number of circles or the number of things that they actually show in the diagram. So in this case, this is not constant difference because we can see that one is plus 5, the other one plus 3, and then we plus 5 again. This is alternate difference. So for the first question for pattern, normally it's possible to do even if you do not learn n term, as what I actually go through the previous video. So it's actually quite clear cut that the next one I will have here to find my figure number 5 is 2 plus 3. So meaning I will get 29 here. And same thing here, since it's alternate means here I will have to plus 5, meaning here I will get 34. So this is normally 1 mark. And for pattern questions, normally you will get 5 marks. First question is 1 mark or 2 marks. Second question is also 1 mark and 2 marks. And then the last question, it can depends 1 mark or 2 marks, depend on difficulties. Normally the A and B will be able to do, because like the numbers will be relatively slower, like smaller. They will ask like maybe figure 1 to maybe 20. So even if they ask for figure 20, if the students really cannot get the n term or didn't manage to learn n term before going to PSLE hall, I strongly recommend to try to list them out. Yeah, but if for the last question, they will always ask for like figure 40, 90, 100 plus or 200. For those who didn't learn n term, then you will have to give up the question. So that's why I say n term is important, because like it will help you to at least get the last part. And sometimes the question may get difficult, and then they will start asking for questions that require n term in part B. So for this one, let's read on for part B. They ask for the differences between the number of circles that Fario will use for figure 10 and 12. So for those that cannot do n term, they can actually list down. But there's a shorter way for this. So basically what they are asking here is just figure 10 and 12. So basically it's alternate figure. So let's study the alternate figure instead of listing anything now or using any n term. So let's look at this one. We have 1, 3, 5 as alternate. So if I go from 1 to 3, means it's from 13 to 21, means I actually plus 8. And then if I go from 21 to 29, it's also plus 8. So means the difference between every alternate figure number, answer is basically just 8. So we can just put it as 8. If you do want to show step, you can just show that like 21 minus 13 equals to 8. And then we also can show that we have 29 minus 21 equals to 8. So therefore the difference is equals to 8. That's for B. For C, I'll have to clear away what I written for B in order to have space to do C. So for C, right, for students, some of them, they will actually panic. Oh, it's alternate. That means how? I cannot use the normal n term that you previously say before, whereby we can actually use when they have constant difference. So just a short recap. So if I'm actually getting something like this, I have like 1, and then I have 3, I have 5, I have 7. So this kind is like a constant difference of +2, +2, and +2. So I say before, if you actually have a number like this, constant difference means your n term is straight away going to be 2n. So following the number here, because all this is 2, so that's why it's called 2n. So in order to decide whether what do I add at the back of 2n, which I will get a full n term for this kind of question, what I will be looking at is I'll be looking at the very first number for figure 1. So figure 1, I actually have 1. So what I need to question myself is that my 2n, in this case figure 1 is always 2 times 1 because its n is equals to 1. N means the figure number, so in case those that didn't follow my previous video, please go and click on it and go and like review on how to actually do constant difference if this short review doesn't really help you understand fully. So here I have like 2 times 1, and then if I want to get to 1, we'll know that it's actually -1, right? Because 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So means our pattern here is actually 2n minus 1. To check if I'm correct or not, I'll go to figure number 3 and then we try. Let's say for figure number 3, I'll have 2 times 3 and then -1. Yes, I do get 5. And if I go to figure number 4, which is this one, I'll have 2 times 4 minus 1. Yes, I get 7. So this is the correct n term for this figure. If we have things who are constant difference, we can get the n term like this. So what about alternate ones? So alternate one in this case, right, what I can see is that it's 5, 3, 5, 3. So we will look at the questions that they are asking here. They're asking for figure 41, means they're asking for odd numbers. So maybe I will list out my odd numbers that is given here first. So it's 1, 3, 5. So 1 I have 13, and then 3 I get 21, and then the other one I get 29, and I assume that the next one, if I have number 7, here will be equals to +8, which means I will get 37. So if you look at this, there's also constants different if I actually pair them out like this by all the odd number only, which we just now actually found it in part B that our constant different like this is actually 8. So meaning that I can actually use the same constant different method, just that this one we need to be more careful later on. So for this one, right, I will actually try 8n. So if I have 8n and I go to my very first one, figure number 1, I have 13 here. So I have to think like if I have 8n, it also means that 8 times 1. And then what do I need to do on this side in order to get 13? So I will actually think that I'll have to plus 5, right? So let's try for the second pattern. So this one and this one. So if I have figure number 2, I'll call this figure number 2 even though it's figure number 3. Because in my new alignment, it is figure number 2. So in figure number 2, I'll have 8 times 2. And then plus 5. And then I do get 21. What about if I move on to the next one here for 5 and 29? So this is my figure number 3. Normally I have to try at least 3 times to show that it actually works. So I have like 8 times 3 plus 5. So yes, I do get 29 as well. So it works. So for this one, right, what do we do if we want to find figure 41? Because like I mean like we can list 1, 3, 5 and then we know this is 1, 2, 3. If I actually list it out, here will be like my 1, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4 now. But the thing is like what about 41? So what we actually need to do is that to get our figure number to work with for 41, right? Since we are working with odd, so we have like 41, we divide by 2 first, I'll have 20 and then remainder 1. So what we will always use is that if we are finding odd, we will take the 20 plus back the 1. So this is 21. So means I'm finding actually the new figure 21 here according to this number we have here. when we say we have the new figure, it's basically based on these, and also the outside here if we label the numbers. So we have figure 21, so it will be 21, and then we times 8, because remember our n term that we have just now is that we are trying out this n term, right? And then we prove that it works. So it's 8n plus 5. In another word, I will have 8 times 21 plus 5. So here I will get 168. I plus 5, I get 173. So I hope this video actually helped you. We hope that you have enjoyed this video today. If you do not wish to miss a future maths video like this, please click on to the subscribe button at the bottom and the notification bell beside it. We hope that you have learned new techniques. If you actually wish to receive more of this kind of videos and also to learn more of such techniques, please follow us on Facebook as well. We have PSLE Mathematics Hub on Facebook. Please follow us to actually get the newest update on our upcoming webinar that is free, and also tutorial as well that will actually teach your child how to tackle more challenging mathematics questions. Please follow us. Thank you for your time today. We hope you will learn new techniques and enjoy solving.